VoIP versus mobile dials is far, far more powerful and is something you really should be doing today. Hi guys, my name's Deepak Shukla, founder at Pearl Lemon Sales. We're a sales training and development agency serving clients in the UK as well as the USA and worldwide. And today, in day 3 of 119 days of cold calling training, we're here to talk about VoIP versus mobile dials. And before that, feel free to click the link below to get an additional 17 strategies not shared in this training. So look, fundamentally, if you're looking at mobile dials, then that's you using, of course, your mobile phone to, make a call, right? So this is your mobile, you're making a phone call out, and it's all fantastic. It's convenient because it's on your mobile. Now, the problem is with that is if, for example, you're making a call for Richard, then Richard needs to basically hear what you're going to communicate to him about the call. But if it was, a 15-minute phone call, then is it really the case that you're going to be able to convey everything that happened to Richard? Okay, can you really communicate everything that happened during that call? Probably the answer is no. You'll give a decent summary of it, but what if, for example, a week passes, 1 week passes, okay, and you are away, you're away, and then Richard needs to take the call and he doesn't remember what you told him, or you didn't even get time to update him. A call was just placed into his diary. If you're, for example, an SDR, an appointment setter for Richard, then Richard is a little bit buggerood. So that is one of several problems that come with mobile dialing. Furthermore, Richard, unless you've specifically told him, has no history as to when you place the dial, the time of day you place the dial, and whether it's indeed the same number that you're meant to be calling back upon. So there's a lot of this vital information that if you're, let's say, away, is only stored locally on your mobile phone. Okay, so if it's your Samsung, your iPhone, your whatever phone it is, Richard has a big dependency on everything that you're doing. Okay, and that's a big problem. Let's just do it this way instead. That's a big problem. So then, for these reasons, as you can see, mobile dialing leaves too many dependencies for Richard upon me. Let's say I made the mobile dials, right? So D or Dean. Let's say Dean made the mobile dials. So it's really not that great if you're building ultimately uh, outbound opportunity with a team. If you're doing it all by yourself, I mean, I'm going to tell you that even if you're doing it all by yourself, it's still sometimes the same problem that you can't remember the damn call recording. Okay. Now, in some countries, they do allow call recording, but certainly in the UK, certainly I believe in the US, phones aren't built in with the well. I mean, there's very few carriers now that have the built-in functionality to record calls both ways. Okay, one-way call recording can happen, but both ways typically doesn't tend to happen these days. So that means that there's a dependency upon your memory. Okay, this is your memory, which is just as wonky as the way that I've written it. So that dependency on your memory is going to leave you really screwed. Let's just try write that again. Memory. Interesting. Yeah, that dependency is going to leave you really screwed. Now, with VoIP, here's the big advantage, right? With VoIP, all of the actual calls are recorded. Okay, so all of the calls are recorded, which is fantastic. So all of the calls are recorded here, and that now means that if Dean made the call 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago, it's got the call recording. Okay, now call recordings are just used for internal training and quality purposes, but most VoIP dialers, probably all VoIP dialers, record calls. They record calls. So that means that whether it's Dean or whether it's Richard down here, both of them have the call recording to refer to. Okay, so both of them have the call recording to refer to, which means that there's no problem of, well, what happened when you rang on the mobile. Okay, so you've got the call history. Oh, sorry, you've got the call history. You've got the call history. You've got the call date. You've got the call recording, and all of this means it's just that much better when it comes to using VoIP systems. And there's many VoIP systems. There's Skype, there's Google Voice, there's Crazy Call, as you just saw here. There's Channels, there's SalesMate, there's Air Call. These are just some of the ones that are around right now. There's Fresh Call, Caller. So you've got no shortage of options. But can you see how, as a ordinary course of doing business, I would always advocate VoIP if you're working versus mobile dials, because mobile dials don't contain a record, and without a record it's going to be difficult to really communicate to everyone else what actually happened on the call.
Remember, we've got 17 gated strategies just waiting for you. All you need to do is bing, subscribe, as well as click the link in the description below to get access to those 17. Get some.